How's the tour going?
It's going really well.
Yeah?
It's been awesome, actually.
Have you done any American touring yet for Me Plan?
No, actually, this Ravinia show will be sort of like the first American show we do. Well, that's not true. We have played Miami. And we're playing a Los Angeles show in July. The Ravinia one will be sort of one of the first.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. The Spanish songs are a lot of fun, you know.
Yeah.
I really have always loved Latin music.
Right.
And then I just fell into it, you know. It was really natural for me. It was like the really obvious thing to do for me, you know.
Well, see, that's the thing that's really interesting, too, is it's not obvious for everybody else. Most musicians, they find a formula that works, and they stick to it. Why do you change things up for every album?
I don't know. I think it's because music is almost like a language. It's really how I express myself. I mean, there have been plenty of moments in my life where I don't understand what's going on in my life until I write a song about it. So I think it's really like a means of communication for me. So because it's so organic, it's impossible for me to just plan out my feelings or plan out my interests. So I just kind of follow what my interests are at the time. It's just like life. Like life is different. Life is full of surprises. So I guess that's why my music is too.
But for you, how much of a song comes together in the initial writing, and how much of it comes together in the studio with all the production?
Well, that's a good question. It's changed from album to album. On the first album, I really locked myself away in my bedroom with my guitar, and I would write songs for 10 hours straight, and that's how I'd come up with songs like I'm Like a Bird or Turn Off the Light. I'd sort of just sit there and write and write and write, and then I would come together with track and field, and then we'd build the tracks up and produce. And I was very, very heavily involved in the production of my first album, from like we'd go to the record store together and buy vinyl and choose samples together and things like that.
That sounds like so much fun.
It was a blast, actually. It was really fun, you know? The thing that's changed most in my life is it's sort of more balance, right, between my career and my personal life. I think in the beginning it was very much music 24 hours a day.
Right.
And then in my second and third album, obviously still very involved in the production, but we did more writing in the studio. Like we'd just jam, Brian would pick up a guitar and I'd start singing, and I found that my own sort of limited guitar playing led me into other types of writing, like just kind of working with really talented musicians and writing with them. And working with Timbaland was really fun on Loose because he obviously is pretty heavy-handed as a producer and really knows what he wants the music to sound like.
Oh, yeah.
But I liked that. I obviously trusted him a lot, and he trusted my instincts in terms of, you know, melodies and lyrics and things.
How did you guys hook up for that?
We've known each other for many years. He sort of sampled a vocal part from my first album, from this song called Baby Girl. It was sort of like this vocal percussion part that I did, and he liked it, so he made it into a beat for one of his artists named Miss Jade. And then that's kind of how I met him. He brought me in to say hello and approve the sample. So that's how we met. It was kind of cool. It was like he was bringing me in to approve something he had sampled of mine.
Wow.
It was a cool connection from day one. And within seconds of meeting him, I think I was in the vocal booth singing because I was just inspired to be around him. So that's kind of how that happened. And then with the Spanish album, the magic there was meeting Alex Cuba, who is this amazing artist from Cuba who lives in Canada. Him and I really made quite a connection writing too. So I've had luck that way.
You didn't worry, well, this album's completely in Spanish. The American audience is going to, like, tune me out.
I know what it's like to have, like, something really huge and then have something that's not as big. I try not to let myself get affected by the commercial aspect of things because I feel like I don't want people to like me just because I'm saturated in the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want people to like my music because it's good or because it catches their ear. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I never want to feel like I'm sort of shoved down people's throats, and I feel like sometimes when you ride the wave of your own momentum, people start buying records just because of your name rather than the music, and I think it's important to keep challenging yourself, you know?
A lot of people would not say that. Ride the wave, man. You know?
It's kind of radical, I guess. It's just never felt natural for me to ride the wave of momentum. It's always felt more natural to kind of step back, reevaluate what I'm doing, then move forward, you know?
You kind of developed a theme here, too, with first album and second album being really, like, beat-heavy with lots of different synth and craziness, and then albums 2 and 4 have a lot more real instrumentation going on, and they're a little bit more laid back. Is that planned?
I think it's sort of more human, you know, because it's like, I think you do need a rest, you know?
Okay.
You can, like, exert a certain amount of energy, and then you have to reflect a little bit, too. So maybe that's what it is. It's like the balance of banging people over the heads and then kind of, like, soothing them a little bit and then, like, banging them over the head.
Right. Lifestyle's going to hit us over the head, huh?
I hope so, yeah.
Why start a label now?
Oh, the label thing has been so much fun for me. It's really my passion. As much as I love performing, I also adore the behind the scenes. I really love working with artists. I just love being around new artist energy. I love the creativity. I love being around the raw creativity. There's something about watching that unfold.
It's like when you made your first album, it's got that energy to it.
Completely. You can relate.
I look forward to seeing you play at Ravinia.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. It's going to be a lot of fun.